The entire QAnon belief system is built on getting burned. The very first drop claimed that Hillary Clinton was going to be arrested. Within days, it was proven wrong. It has never been a problem for the movement. It's been a feature of the movement.
After Donald Trump wasn't inaugurated in January, Anons picked March 4th as the next date they were going to hang their hats on. But as the date got closer and it seemed less likely, QAnon influencers started changing their story fast.
Because dates can always be moved because of what the deep state does.
The energy of the Q community right now is kind of in disarray. Some people are trying to anticipate by, saying that March 4th is a setup, and certainly the fact that there's going to be National Guard there and CNN cameras. That is the worst case scenario for someone who's trying to push something based on the non-realization of this conspiracy theory revealing itself as violent. And it does seem like most influencers are kind of sneakily hoping something might happen that would be good for the movement, but horrified that they're inevitably going to be heading into another round of media coverage of people who were wrong once again, waiting for something that never comes.
What point of transition and flux are we in right now, given that none of this shit has come through?
I would say that none of this shit coming true is really just totally normal for them. When you're choosing essentially a kind of mystical belief system that supports your fascist ideology, it doesn't matter if you call it Pizzagate, it doesn't matter if you call it QAnon. It really doesn't matter what you call it, because it is serving a very specific purpose, almost like the liver. It's allowing you to digest these contradictory ideas that I'm a free person, I love liberty, I love peace, but also I want the boot of the state to come down on my enemies. And so that is all a kind of byproduct of a broader cultural yearning in America for fascism, for hardcore order and law, for the boot of the state and the military to come down onto the neck of those that you don't like, those you blame for your material conditions. And as those material conditions get worse in the United States for these people, the conspiracy theories that are used as a management tool for their cognitive dissonance will only continue to flourish. Just because QAnon's wrong doesn't mean that they're suddenly not going to want to see their enemies hang. So, it wasn't through QAnon. It doesn't matter. I'm going to vote, based on my ideology. I'm going to go through life making decisions based on that ideology. So QAnon, if anything, is like an aesthetic marker which they can swap out as needed.
And the people they're swapping in have the potential to be much more successful than Donald Trump.
I think that people do focus on Trump because Trump is an idiosyncratic figure that, against all odds, as a kind of effete New York rich man, was able to kind of rebrand himself as this populist, who's in it for the justice and changing the country back to what it used to be. All of these, of course, are fascist ideas, the idealized past, the pastoral past, the simplicity of the family with the man and a woman. All of these anti-gay sentiments come out of that. But there is no lack of representation for what Trump believes. And in fact, what we're seeing with some of these politicians like Marjorie Taylor Greene is that they're going to be more pragmatic, more effective, and less narcissistic than Trump.